All right, so for today, by the way, if you go to today's Moodle page, see if I got it pulled up. Yeah, I didn't print off your project information, but you can download the PDF from here. You'll also need the Q&A JPEG in order to complete this project. When you download it, it's going to be a 2-page PDF that'll look like this. Feel free to print this off. You can choose the black and white printer and print it off if you want to have a copy laid out next to you. But following each little step of instructions, you're going to create a review sheet that'll help you study for the test. There's 2 pages on it. The first page is going to be the step-by-step instructions on how to build your document. The second page are all the questions that are going to be on the test in some form or fashion, where it's going to be multiple choice or fill in the blank, true, false. But if you can answer every one of these questions, you can pass the test. All of the answers that you can find for these questions are in the notes that I handed out to you. Remember earlier in the semester I printed off some notes and passed them out to you? You can find all of these answers in here somewhere. If for some reason you can't find it, simply ask me or ask a neighbor. You should be good to go for that. So just know that there's 2 pages to it. What you're going to do is you're going to set up an InDesign page. It's going to be 8.5 by 11, so it looks like this. That page is going to have 2 columns to it. So remember, when you create a new page, we choose 2 columns. You set up a width for your gutter, and then you're going to create a series of text boxes and image boxes to type in a question and to type in your answer to create from it. So as far as setting up the headline, which is under step 2, so you're going to use your text tool to create a text box that goes across the page. You're going to type in InDesign study notes, and here's how you can form it very easily. Second thing, you're going to create another text box that's going to go in between just these 2. And here's how you can format that text box. And the text color is going to be light blue. And remember, to do vertical alignment, you're going to have to choose that one. So let me set this one up real quick. I want to show you one thing that I don't think I covered last time. So I'll just create a quick text box. As luck would have it, Minion Pro is our default font, so you won't have to change it, but I do have to change the size. So let's type in 13. And remember, the first line indent are these located on this side, so it's going to be 0.125. We'll type it in there. So now whatever I type in will be set to go. Next thing I need to do is to set the text box color. So remember to change it up. If I was to go up here now, I can change the color of my type, because you see the T. I'm going to choose my selection tool. This will allow me to change the color. And it's going to be a light blue. What I'm going to do is I'm going to choose just a regular blue. You can see it's kind of dark. I don't think I taught y'all this, but if you want to lighten up something, if you want to have a tint of a certain color, look at the very top of your color palette. Here's the word tint, and it's at 100%. You can drop that down, let's say 20%. Now I've got a lighter version of that blue from there. So you don't have to go in and create a new color. You can use the existing blue and make it lighter that way. Of course, if you did want to make a custom color, you can always double click on your color swatch and choose your picker from here, and you can add that color up there as well. Kind of cool? Alright, so you can make a quick tint of that particular color from there. Let's see. Also remember the vertical alignment with your selection tool selected. That's located on the very far right hand side. So I'm going to center it. So now whatever I type out will stay centered within that text box. The first one you're going to create, after you create a picture box also, it's going to have the Q on it. We'll bring that to the front real quick. It's going to be type out the question that's on the second page. Now I made a mistake. On the instructions, I'm going to ask you to copy and paste each section for every question, or each question in there. Now if you were to highlight the text from the PDF and go to Edit and Copy, watch what happens. I'll bring it out a little bit. If I choose my Type tool and then go to Edit and I paste it into there, it's going to break it up into every single line. This is kind of a PDF problem. One thing that PDFs do is they break up all the text so that it's a little bit easier for this document type to manipulate, but it's horrible for having to copy and pasting because it keeps everything broken up. So you'd have to go back in and delete out and put every spaces in there. It's much easier just to retype the question that you want to have in each text box. So there's kind of a pitfall from that. Don't copy and paste it. So you're going to create a text box. Whoop, I don't need to do that. Let's put that back up there. Create an image and put wrapping around it. Remember last class we learned how to do wrapping, and that's going to keep your text away from any image that you create. Do the same thing for an answer box. As soon as you find the answer to it, make a green box and type out your answer below it. You can always adjust the size of it if you need more room to place everything within that particular text box itself. Any questions so far on what I'm looking for this? How it should be set up? Question queue is on the left-hand side, answers on the right. Here's another quick tip to help you reformat it. You're going to do the same thing for every question. So once you've got one made, there's really no need to select your type tool again and remake a type box and remake an image box and put everything in there. Here's a quick way of making a copy of everything that's there. I've got my selection tool. I'm going to click and drag. And now I've got all 4 of those objects selected. To make a copy of it, of course I can always go to Edit, Copy, and then Edit and Paste. And I can paste a copy of it. I'm going to show you an awesome technique. Hold down your Option key and look closely at my mouse cursor that's on the screen. When I hold down my Option key, I get a double arrow that's on there now. Now if I was to click and drag, it'll very quickly make a copy of whatever I have selected. Option key, click and drag, and I've got another copy quickly made as well. Pretty cool? So that's a great way. So even if I wanted to reselect this entire column, hold down my Option key, click and drag. Now I've got 2 columns of questions and answers, very, very quickly made. Works out from there. Now, of course, you may have some that'll take up more room or less room, so do be careful about filling an entire page with this one without knowing how much room that you need. If you do need to add on more pages, you're certainly welcome to do that. I don't think I showed you how to add a page last time, but it's very simple. You can always go over to your Pages palette, usually on the right-hand side. Look down at the very bottom right-hand side. There's a little icon, looks like a sticky note being peeled off. Clicking this once will create a new page down here at the bottom. And the more times you click it, of course, it'll create more pages that you need. I think you'll need at least about 2 or 3 pages to be able to answer each one of the questions that you're working on. Of course, you can scroll up and go to any of the pages that you have on your document. All cool? Like I said, this is the only project we're working on. As soon as you're finished, go to File and Print, and make sure you choose the Phaser 8560, which is our color printer, and print it off on the color page. You can staple them, put your name on them, and turn them in from here. Also, if you have anything else you would need to work on, now's a good time to work on it, to turn it in before the end of class. Okay, I'm going to turn your computers back over to you. Let y'all get started.